On the Fringe with Dan RadioStyle. Hope everybody out there's having themselves a great day. We are heading into a fun year, aren't we? Hello, day 8 of the year, and things are getting crazy. Now, I'm going to say, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but, I mean, when the shoe fits, I guess. Frankly, a white person was killed. White people don't go and riot after white people die. Now, they're definitely making some progress in causing some rioting, but it's also faltering and failing. There's just no way. When you can't get the part of the community that's already the most fired up, pissed, man, it's kind of hard, right? I mean, you just get a bunch of white college kids or white Antifa kids. I mean, and to an extent, I almost think this is going to be bad for them, because they're going to be the ones that are going to be dumb enough to come out and try to cause problem and havoc and all this. They're just going to get arrested, period. There's not that many of them. I think they're going to make a show of force. I think it's going to be small. I mean, we're seeing some stuff. Last night, I think there was some stuff going on. I've got some video. We got a lot going on. The Senate outwardly trying to stop Trump. It's kind of a funny process, by the way. So not only have they outed themselves, but they've ineffectually done something it's not going to work. The way they're going about it's not going to work. And it's going to be beautiful to watch it play out. Now, talking about it's going to be a bummer because it'll give the House members a chance to do the right thing. We'll see if they do. Because here's the thing, guys. Any politicians that are listening to me, and by the way, there was one that reached out to me. That was very sweet of you. Thank you, by the way, for sharing your information. And we might need to talk in the future. We'll see. But I was surprised. But there are probably more politicians out there. You guys need to understand one thing. You work for us. We know that now. You work for us. If you're working for someone else and portraying yourself as someone standing for us, you will be found out. Period. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you have an R next to your name or a D next to your name or an I next to your name. We will find you. We will expose you. So either do the right thing going forward from this point forward. That's all that matters. I don't care what you did wrong in the past. Many do, but it's all right. I'll speak for you. I care about what you do this second forward, now that you've been warned. From this point forward, the choices you make, politician, you better be very open and transparent about why you've done what you've done. Because the reckoning is here. And I mean that from the standpoint of you'll never get elected again and likely will be hard on your emotional standpoint. You know, like people aren't going to like you, probably. It'll suck. And again, I wish peace and love and harmony on everybody, always. Violence is never an option. It isn't. Unless someone literally defending your life. Outside of that, you're going to have a hard time convincing me violence was necessary. We got a lot of things. Again, I'm glad I'm not president because I'm way too nice a person. We're going to be talking about feeling great, by the way. Incredible product. I love it. It's funny. Someone else just reached out to me and told me how they're feeling so great. I was just like, it's awesome, right? Like anyway, we'll talk about it. That's not what I'm here to do at the second. Marco Rubio posted this. Thought it was a fun place to start. I thought it was funny as hell. And then I've got a pretty solid, about a 5-minute video. I'll probably speed it up a hair if I can. Of J.D. Vance. When you look at the way things are building and shifting and the optics are playing out, like understand, please, a lot of you guys, I don't know, I've been in media a long time, and I'm not trying to make it sound like I'm an expert. Like I do the wrong thing often, but I do it intentionally. So just so you guys know. If you want to know what the right thing to do is, I'll tell you. If you're searching for clicks, but that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm playing a different game, and I actually think it's working. But we are in changing times, and there's a lot of things that need to happen. And I think Trump, one, wants to give J.D. Vance a chance to shine. Two, Marco Rubio's shining. Both of these guys are probably going to be key players in our future elections or to the deep state, because there's a lot of rumors and threats that Trump might get assassinated. It's like, look, we've got two very strong people that could immediately take president and vice president and probably run this ball. Marco Rubio and J.D. Vance are kicking ass. Anybody that thinks any differently, I don't care. I honestly, it's not an argument I care to have. I'm not going to, whatever. You can think what you want. I think these two are insanely awesome. We'll demonstrate that. Here's one example, Marco Rubio. He says, I do not normally respond to online rumors, but feel the need to do so at this moment. I will not be a candidate for the currently vacant head coach and general manager positions for the Miami Dolphins. While you never know what the future may bring, right now, my focus must remain on global events and also the precious archives of the United States of America. Thank you. That's funny as hell. Dude's already got 3 jobs. He's joking about the fact that I'd love to take on the positions. I really would. And he's a major sports fan, which I think is just cool. Anyway, I like Marco Rubio. I like him a lot. And freaking A, I like JD Vance a lot as well. And we're gonna talk about that here after hopefully. Can I speed it up? Really? Bastards. All right. Well, you're going to get 5 minutes, 40 seconds, and you're going to love every bit of it. Here's JD Vance talking with Waters.
Running for president. Have you seen this guy cross his legs? Have you ever seen anyone cross their legs like that?
My legs don't cross like that, Jesse. I'll leave. You can interpret that however you want to.
Gavin and Kamala are on a collision course.
Yes.
Who's going to win?
The dumbest candidate will probably win. That's my guess with the Democratic Party. I mean, look, the Democrats have a couple of big issues, and one is that they lean so far into wokeism that they can't see the obviousness of the fact, which is that Kamala Harris is not qualified to be president of the United States. That's why she got the vice presidential nomination. That's why she got the presidential nomination. This is who Kamala Harris is. Now, the flip side is I think you have a unbelievably corrupt and incompetent governor in Gavin Newsom. The fact that those are the 2 front runners just suggest how deeply deranged the Democrat Party is. Let them fight it out. We'll figure it out.
May the dumbest candidate win.
May the dumbest candidate win.
The Democrats are running in the midterms on the cost of living. Are you worried about that?
Pot, meat, kettle. No, I'm not worried about that for the simple reason that the cost of living crisis, and it is real for a lot of American families, was caused by the Democrats. You had the highest inflation in 40 years under Joe Biden's administration. We haven't even been in office for a year, and you've already seen prices start to come down. You've seen rents start to come down. You've seen groceries leveling off. Is there more work to do? Absolutely. But the people who are going to do that work is the Trump administration, is the President of the United States, who is solving the Democrats' affordability crisis. You don't give power back to the very people who set the house on fire. You give more power to the person who put the fire out.
If the Democrats do win the midterms, is Trump getting impeached again?
I'm sure he'll get impeached. Look, they have nothing to actually run on or govern on. Their entire obsessive focus of that party is they hate Donald Trump. So if they ever get power, are they going to lower Americans' taxes? No. Are they going to make your life more affordable? No. Are they going to solve the crime crisis? No. What they're going to do is they're going to spend all their time and all of your money trying to get Donald Trump. I think it's ridiculous. That's what they're running on. But the American people are going to make this determination. I think the American people should vote for the people who want to make their life more affordable and want to make their neighborhoods safer. That's what we're trying to deliver every single day.
Have you been watching this New York Mayor Mondani guy?
The guy who wants to take all property away from white people?
Yeah.
Yeah, he seems pretty out there, huh?
Is he a threat?
I mean, you live in New York. He's a threat to you, I'd say.
He sure is. But politically...
Is he politically a threat? I mean,
got
look,
some traction.
I actually really admired some of his messaging because he focused not on the woke crazy stuff. He wasn't running on white people shouldn't own property. He was running on bread and butter issues, which is what I want politicians to focus on. Even if you disagree with their solutions, I would love it if the debate among Democrats and Republicans was, how do we deliver prosperity to the American people? But he runs on actually some pretty common sense bread and butter issues. He gets in there and he sounds like a total crazy person who wants to take your house away because you have the wrong skin color. That's not a threat to me politically. I think it's a threat to our country, but it's not a threat politically.
You were almost Paulie P'd. Someone came to your house, trans guy, with a hammer.
I don't know what that means.
Paul Pelosi smashed your
okay.
windows.
Sorry.
Can you believe these people?
Well, I can believe these people. I've never heard Paulie Pete. I'm going to steal that one in the future. Thank you, Jesse.
Just a nickname.
But, you know, when it happened, I think everybody had the same reaction that we did, which is it's probably a deranged left-wing person who wanted to cause terror or maybe worse among my family. Look, we're grateful the first responders did their job. The person's in custody. And we're still kind of getting to the bottom of the motive a little bit, but my guess is the same as yours. And look, left-wing violence is a problem in this country, Jesse. We've said this time and time again. My dear friend Charlie Kirk was murdered by a left-wing radical. The President of the United States was almost killed a year and a half ago. And then again, a few months after that, we have a real crisis where there are far too many left-wing people who don't want to debate, who don't want to disagree, who don't want to try to persuade their fellow citizens. They want to try to kill their fellow citizens, and that's a real problem.
You feel safe?
I do feel safe. And look, Jesse, I signed up for this. My attitude on this stuff is whatever God wills is whatever God wills. I'm going to do the job I think I have to for the American people. And, hopefully they're happy with it, and hopefully we do some good. And whatever God has in store, I accept it.
How was your first Christmas here as vice president? What did Usha get you?
Usha always gives me very practical presents. She got me some sweatpants, some exercise clothes.
Is that a hint?
Probably, but I'll take the hint. Some socks, things like that. You know, I got her a surprise party because she turned 40 yesterday.
Oh.
So we went out to California to visit her family.
Nice.
Gavin Newsom did not assault us or send any Somali fraudsters after us. But we did a little surprise party with her parents, and that was really fun. We had a great Christmas, and the kids, look, they love their life. And that's one of the great things about this is, yes, it's an important job, and yes, there's a lot of sacrifice that comes along with public service, but our kids are young enough that they're able to just have a normal life as kids, and that's all I could ask for as a dad.
That's great. Happy.
That's cool as hell. Anyway, I just again thought it was a chance to start off, just get a feel for this guy, because a lot of people worried about the next election. Okay, next one for sure. I think we've got it covered. We got two people that are just insane, and we'll see who else steps up to the table. I definitely think there's other members of this administration that would be of great use. Bessent would be one. Hopefully he'd be willing to, because I'm sure he took a huge pay cut to work for Trump. Maybe he retired, but the guy was making crap tons of money doing actual private sector work. Newsom's California dead last for the 6th straight year. So we got the top states that people are coming to and the top states that people are leaving from. All right? I guess if we want to look at that. They put it as last. Now, it just means you're number one that they want to leave from, right? See? Come on, California, Gavin Newsom, run on that one. We're the number one state for places people want to leave, right? I'm doing it. I'm doing it just like Tim Walz. Anywho, number one's Texas. That's where everybody's going. Number 2, Florida. Number 3, North Carolina. Number 4, Tennessee. Number 5, South Carolina. There you go. There's the top 5 states. Obviously are all pro-gun, pro-friendly for the most part. Tennessee, East Tennessee, very conservative. Rest of Tennessee's got cancer. Maybe outside of the main cities. I take that back, and I probably would stand corrected on that. But when you get into Nashville and Memphis, both those cities are very blue. Outside of that, though, no. Knoxville's probably a little blue, I guess, even nowadays. Nothing really gets away from it, but it was pretty Republican when I was out there. I don't even remember ever talking politics when I lived out there, frankly. The top 6 states that you want to leave: California's number 1. Number 2, Illinois. Number 3, New Jersey. Number 4, New York. Number 5, Massachusetts. And number 6, Maryland. Think about all the states that right now are being attacked by the government. Right? This is it. This is the list. In order. All the states being attacked right now that won't give up their voter rolls, that won't do anything, that are constantly fighting, are the top 6 states that people want to flee. Oh, socialism. It's so good. Yeah, you guys. It is funny as hell. It is funny as hell. I'm just saying, it's playing out. The movie's beautiful. Whoever wrote it, it's like they were God or something. This is pretty cool. Trump is going to deliver a State of the Union on February 24th, 2026. I guess that's exactly 4 years after the start of the Russia-Ukraine war. You figure he's going to want to be able to put that feather in his cap. We got that, Sredlevsky or whatever the dude's name was. It says the 15th of this month the war is going to end. Swerdlesky, I don't know, he was on Nino's show. He keeps talking about him like he's somehow this prophetic guy. But his parents were spies. So, doesn't mean he knows shit necessarily. Being told shit like other people are being told. We'll see. 15th is going to be a big day, maybe. War ends, right? And then Swerdlesky or whatever the frick his name is going to be correct, right? I don't know, whatever the case is. Yep, 4 years. Speaker Johnson signed the paperwork. My girl Alice is back. I'm so happy. There's like 3 stories. Now we're going to play them anyway. Not even necessarily that good, but I like Alice so much. She's I have to play her. I want to. White House seeking, I want to be able to watch it once and not feel bad about it. White House seeking formal approval for East Wing project. And literally trying to get approval, which is, okay, that's a trip.
And moving to the East Coast, the White House is seeking formal approval of its East Wing project. The National Capital Planning Commission is set to review it after receiving the formal submission today. The proposal the White House submitted says the renovation will address a long-standing need for a larger indoor event space. Right now, groups with more than 200 people require hundreds of thousands of dollars for tents and lawn maintenance. The changes to the historic building faces lawsuits and congressional inquiries.
Yeah, good job, Alice. Good job. Love it. We got, sorry, I was distracted. This might trip some of you out. Tripped me out to a degree, and it brought up this whole other aspect of reality right now. Trump's been talking a lot of game, right? Trump's been acting strong. We actually are strong. Everybody talks about who? China. China could kill us in war in 2 seconds. If we went to war with China, we'd die. Well, the sad part is you guys are missing all these cool facial expressions I'm making. Oh well, no way to redo that. Long story short, China had a whole bunch of their new radar systems in Venezuela, certainly guarding Maduro's home. In fact, it was the newest top-of-the-line model that was able to find stealth aircraft because, again, if China and the U.S. go to war, China's going to win. That's what they tell us over and over and over and over. Especially if you watch Zero Hedge. But oddly, or read, U.S. forces stormed into Venezuela. These new radar systems were active. We went in with stealth craft, stealth drones, our anti-radio type stuff, basically. I forget what they call it. But yeah, we've got F-18's got one. I think they did the A6. They just put all sorts of crazy stuff on there that just makes noise, puts lights out, does crazy stuff. They didn't know we came in. They didn't shoot any missiles. This radar system didn't detect us at all. 5 hours total time starting the mission to actually getting Maduro on the carrier and everyone being home. 5 hours. China's best radar didn't see us. Just saying. Trump knows what he's doing. China's not battle tested. They've stolen technology. They've built all this crap. They don't know what they're doing. They're not good as submariners. Submarines, great. Build 50, 100 of them. We'll fucking shoot them all down in like 4 seconds. You guys are stupid. You're loud. You have no idea how to be a submariner. Same with navies. They haven't had navies for a long time. They also don't have them where they can move a lot of craft and people. They don't have a lot of transport planes where they could literally move hundreds of thousands of troops distance quickly. They're building it, sure, but they don't know how to do this stuff yet. They've stolen technology, but they don't really know how to utilize it. And to be fair to them, like Russia, have a very different way of looking at a problem. And oftentimes come up with ingenious solutions that are far simpler than the shit we do. But we're American, man, right? I love to use the pen. My parents, or I got one when I was a gift at one point. This pen, you could write in vacuum, 0G. It was like the way it was done. You could write in water, underwater, pressure, all these different things, upside down, it was like all this bullshit, like, right? And this pen probably cost $1 million or whatever. They bought them. It's it was probably expensive though. And I had it. It was cool. It was a pen. But Russia was presented with the same problem, and they used a pencil. Again, we're America. We do shit our way. U.S. is going to withdraw from 66 international bodies. Interesting number, not by accident, I'm sure. And they did this, announced on the 7th, January. They get into some of them, but a lot of it's UN stuff. And then it's all like climate crap, carbon crap, DEI crap, all of it. Everything that we were involved with in international NGOs, basically, we've kicked out. We're done. Treasury Scott Bessent even backed this up. He's like, no, we're not sending these guys any more money, period, done. End of story. 66 major organizations. We got rid of our USAID funding. Now, this is the next phase. This is happening. Anybody that's like, when are the rest going to occur? Dude, y'all need to just freaking enjoy the actual part of the movie we're at. It's like going to a movie where something obviously happens at the end because, there's the way they promote it or whatever, right? Like you kind of have an idea sort of what happens. And so you go to the movie and for the, that thing doesn't happen till 3/4 of the way into the movie and you're like, I can't wait. It's like, you're just missing the movie. We've got so much cool shit going on right now. 66 international bodies. No more money. No honey, no money, no honey. You imagine what they've been paying for and what they're no longer paying for? Gold and silver, they're getting beat up on a little bit today. It's kind of funny. Everybody's like, the shit they make up for stock markets is just cracking me up. Dow and S&P shake off declines even as cautious tone grips Wall Street ahead of Friday's job data. It's just, they make shit up. None of this is even real. It's a bunch of horse shit. If actually horse shit would be better because you can use it as manure and stuff. So that's not even fair. It's like crypto. Just kidding. That's mean. It's mean. I'm not trying to stab. I own some. Just calm down. Relax. Though I did laugh. I was just thinking the other day, like tethering. They tether like cryptos, right? They tether it to something. Why do they tether it to something? Because it gives it stability. It gives it like something that's real, that it is bound to. It's it's just funny. Again, I own some crypto. Okay. Oh, it's down, I guess, a little today. Whatever. Bitcoin's been meh. It's well below its high, but XRP is the one I own some of. Well, a decent amount. I don't know. I got a few thousand of them, maybe. It's been over time, but I got most of them under $1, I think. I think it might have been a couple I bought that were barely over $1. I got XRP pretty low. It was pretty cool. I will give Ron Partang, I'll give you points on that one, buddy. I don't know if XRP is going to be the thing you were saying it was going to be, but it wasn't a bad investment, that's for sure, certainly. So yeah, Ron was smart on that one. Anyway, they're having a tough day too. Gold and silver down. It's good stuff. This just shows gold's an indicator of the dollar, so that's cool. Whenever you see gold go down, it's like, oh, our dollar got stronger somehow. Awesome. That's great. That's the Federal Reserve note anyway. Silver they're playing games with. This is paper contracts. There's going to be some banks that are literally going to fall because of silver. So this is more of a kind of watch it, how it zig, because it shouldn't bounce like it is, and that's super bad from the standpoint of what's happening. It's trying to get to where it needs to get, and they don't want it to, so they keep trying to artificially push it back down. When they do that, from my understanding, this is, I think, shorts and weird stuff, but it's costing them lots of money or capital that they don't have. And they are going to run up to a wall at some point. And when they do, likely it will be catastrophic when someone like a Chase collapses because of something like this, where they've got billions in silver shorts and they have to pay them, or they've got them in paper contracts and they've got to actually buy the coinage because people are literally trying to collect. And that's what's also happening, and this is part of the problem. We've talked about the paper contracts, right? So the paper contracts on this one silver coin, for example, I'm making a number up, but it's more than one, way more than one, because of fractional banking. They choose this one coin and sell 10 paper contracts against this one coin. Each paper contract says it's valuable for one silver coin. There's 10 contracts on this one coin. If all 10 people say, give me the coin instead, you now have to buy 9 more coins. Causes the price of silver to go up. Then you got to do stuff with contracts to get it back down. They're playing games. Get some silver however you can. Now, if you got a 401k or an IRA, get the frig out of it. At least invest a bunch, because right now you're losing buying power with the dollar. The Federal Reserve, no, it's not going to last, not going to make it. You see it. Inflation's insane. How much were houses 30 years ago? How much do they cost now? It's the same house. It's not better. In fact, it's less. It's deflated somewhat because now you got to put a roof on it. It's been 30 years. It's not worth more. It costs more because your buying power has been reduced that much. That's what's impossible to believe. Is it that bad, Dan? Yes. Gold and silver hold buying power. Okay, get it however you can. Again, if you've got a 401k or an IRA, you're going to have to listen to me a little longer about it. This is good information for everybody out there. This holds buying power. Even if I've only got one of these, I'm holding that much buying power no matter what. And I can hold it, I can touch it, and it's real. We are going through a tough time. Being stuck in Federal Reserve note-backed stuff is not the best place to be right now. Sure, your stock price is going to continue to go up. Is it going up faster than gold? That's what you can check yourself. Go to kitco.com if you want it, or even MarketWatch is where I like to go. MarketWatch is just easy. They've got pretty good graphing here. Pull a graph for both, the Dow for a year, and then silver for a year, gold for a year. Look at the percentage difference. And you'll be like, dang, I lost buying power. Yes. Get out of their system. DRSlikesgold.com, DRSlikesgold.com, DRSlikesgold.com. They're going to move as much of that money as they can, tax-free, penalty-free, sideways, into physical metals. It's not going to go into your hands yet, but it's physical metals that can go into your hands. You can literally say, send me those physical metals, and they'll be like, okay, how many do you want? At first, it would be considered a buyout. You get taxed and penalized, so it'd F you so badly it wouldn't be worth it. So don't. Move it sideways. And if you think about it, and you're still working for sure, dude, get as much silver as you can. Get as much silver as they'll give you. They're going to give you up to 10% free silver on top of it, by the way. Get as much silver as you can, because silver's the thing that's going to, you're getting multipliers on it. When they break the paper contracts, silver's it's going up a lot. It's going to, I don't know for sure. I'm not giving financial advice. This is what I'm doing. And certainly not what Gold Coast just handles this process perfectly. They're not going to give you advice. They're not going to entertain Dan's crazy thoughts. You got to figure that out yourself. But this is what I've done. The silver, I've had these two coins right here for 3 years. I bought them because I bought them from the Canadian Mint in this case. They're maple leaves. I want to say I paid $60 for them because I bought them back when silver was around 30. So about double when you buy the coins. These are worth, from the coin level, they're probably worth 100. But as this continues to go up, I've way gotten my money back. And it's just going to spike. And that's just coins. I got some bars. Bars are cheaper, but they're not as pure. There's a bit of a pain in the ass that goes with those. So coins are actually one of the best. Whatever. DRSlikesgold.com. DRSlikesgold.com. If you've got a 401k, you've got an IRA, even if you got some cash, you're like, can I get some silver? Can you guys help me do that? Dude, they can help you. I think it's like over 10 grand or something like that. I don't know. Like if you're just like, I want $100 of silver. You should go to find a those pawn shop or some shit and see what you can get, or a jewelry shop and see what they got, like coinage even still there. But that's, that's kind of where you want to go, and you can try to wine and dine them. DRSlikesgold.com, DRSlikesgold.com. Let my friends help you. Up to 10% free silver, tax-free, penalty-free, and a free Ronald Reagan coin if you can call within 20 minutes when you make the 4 data points happen. You're going to be stoked that you did. It's half ounce, 0.999% pure. It's minted from the mint. It's worth at least half an ounce just by weight, but worth more than that for sure. DRSlikesgold.com, DRSlikesgold.com. Get out of that system before they get out of you. All right, we got Kristi Noem talking about all this Minneapolis shooting stuff. There's a bit to cover here. There's a lot to say. There's some good video. And the deep state's trying to initiate riots because of this. They're going to have a hard time. And I think it's going to fizzle because, one, because of us, you guys. Your ripples are going to probably destroy them. But they're trying. It's not going well, though.
I say that he doesn't know what he's talking about. It's very clear that this individual was harassing and impeding law enforcement operations. Our officer followed his training, did exactly what he's been taught to do in that situation, and took actions to defend himself and defend his fellow law enforcement officers.
Secretary, can you expand too on the agent's injuries? The president said that he's lucky to be alive.
The officer was hit by the vehicle. She hit him. He went to the hospital. A doctor did treat him. He has been released, but he's going to spend some time with his family.
I have that video. So for all the people that are like, because we've seen so many angles of this, right? And the one, it looked like she was almost going to hit the guy with the front of the car, and he's the one that seemed to shot her. But, spoiler, a little, it's coming. So a woman who tried to run over the ICE agent has been identified. And here's the thing. Here's the sad thing. It's not a black person. If it was a black person, oh my God, Becky, look at her butt. So play it again just to remind you.
No! No! Shame! Shame! Oh my fucking God!
Yeah, it was, so that was not good for her. It's her last day on this planet. Now here's another video that proves the shooting was justified. This is a different angle.
And then I saw her face. I'm a believer, and not a trace.
Now, this is actually a different place, though. There's not ice, looks like. But anyways, we've got, it might have been her car, though. It looks like her car. That's a different car. Needless to say, is that the same car? It could, yeah, shit, that is the same car, isn't it? That is the same car. Wow, okay, good. Sorry. I just thought I was making a fool of myself, but I actually think that's the same car. Sometimes, you think you got to piece together, and then you actually go to record, and you're like, oh my Lord. So Shipwrecked Crew, good name. They posted this. As soon as she accelerated with the officer in front of her, she committed the 20-year version of a Sec 111B offense. At that moment, she became a fleeing felon and a deadly or dangerous threat to the community that justified the use of deadly force. The case law in favor of the officer is robust and rock solid. And Jonathan Turley was talking about this. So yeah, this is not going to go well. Here is Grady Judd, sheriff. I don't know where this guy's a Minnesota sheriff, I guess. No, he's reading the events in Minnesota. I'm not sure where he's a sheriff from. Polk County. Where's Polk County? I've heard it. Where's that? Is that Florida or where's Polk? Anyway, you guys are going to tell me I could look it up. I don't really want to. So maybe while this thing's on, I'll pull it up. We'll see. We'll find out what Polk County is while this video is playing. Anyways, check this guy out.
Hello everyone, Sheriff Grady Judd here. I've been asked by media outlets and several people to comment on the event that occurred in Minneapolis yesterday. Let me make one thing abundantly clear. You have to be accountable for your conduct. And that starts with the mayor. Did you hear his filthy talk? Did you hear his filthy, uninformed talk yesterday to the people not only of the city and the state, but across the nation? Shame on you. That's lack of professionalism. Now let's look at the event. The investigation's not complete. I am giving you context on the video clip that I saw. Law enforcement officers, federal law enforcement officers, ICE agents, were trying to take the occupant of the car out of the vehicle. During this encounter, The vehicle backed up and then drove directly at the ICE agent. That is a deadly weapon, a 2-ton deadly weapon. So what did the occupant expect? They should have expected to be shot when you commit a deadly assault on a law enforcement officer. So let's do this. Let's send out the message loud and clear. And it should start with the mayor, the police chief, the local sheriff, and the governor of Minnesota. Cooperate with law enforcement officers. Don't resist them. Don't violently resist them. If you do violently resist them, if you do felonious assaults with 2-ton weapons, expect to be shot.
And I was right. Wow, tripped me out. That's actually right. It's in Florida, so that's very cool. Yes, and he's right. And I said that yesterday. Like, this is serves a purpose, a reminder. We've set the bar at a level. No longer are we tolerating nonsense. How many, literally 80% of the people willing to do this shit just fell apart. Literally 80%. Not only will we arrest you and deport you if you're not legal, but we'll shoot and kill you if you even come close to trying to hit us again. You shouldn't try to run somebody over. You shouldn't try to crash into their cars. That's the problem that caused the shooting. It's not the guy that shot that did a problem. It was the fact that you were literally ramming a car, literally driving it at somebody, be it, oh, I was going to turn at the last minute. We're not going to assume that. No, you don't get that option. You get shot. It's kind of like people that point guns at cops. You get shot. People that get all crazy and start running at cops. You get shot. People in traffic stops that fumble around and start doing crazy shit. You're probably going to get shot. Unless you've got a really cool cop that knows his stuff and has his gun trained on you and is like, all right, I'll pop before he pops me. Like, I mean, there's some confidence on that one. He's definitely going to hit you. But yet they're trying to start a riot. Again, I don't think they got the guts. I don't think they got the oompha on this. The oomph, if you will. Oompha sounds like something in Willy Wonka. Video appears to show hysterical, blood-covered wife Renee Nicole Good, I guess is her last name, which is very sad because she was not being very good in this case. And again, I've sorrow and sadness for her death. And anybody that is hurt by this, I really do. I feel horrible. She did this herself. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate. And she leaves behind a wife. She had a husband at one point, and then he died. And then her kids, and then she became gay. It was back in 23. You know, it's cool. Whatever. However it works. So the wife, the gay wife, well, I guess, yeah, gay wife, just to make sure we say it, because you might not be sure. Here's the lady that actually was shot. So she was asked by her wife, this lady here was asked by her wife to come down there. Got her fired up or something, made her have to prove her manliness or something. I don't know. I'm assuming she was the male one, because that's usually what we get stuck having to do. I gotta punch that guy in the face to prove you love me. It's like, I don't think I love you. No, I don't think I love you at all. In fact, you want to go home with him? That's cool. I think I'm upset with you right now, so I don't think I'm happy with this moment. So this is very unfortunate. Again, I don't celebrate, but what she did was very, 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 very illegal. Now here's Tim Walz, fan of the Flames. Or will be.
We learned that an ICE officer shot and killed someone in Minneapolis. My deepest condolences to the family, to the loved ones who had to learn about this tragic event on national television. We have been warning for weeks that the Trump administration's dangerous, sensationalized operations are a threat to our public safety, that someone was going to get hurt. Just yesterday, I said exactly that. What we're seeing is the consequences of governance designed to generate fear, headlines, and conflict. It's governing by reality TV. And today that recklessness cost someone their life. I've reached out to Secretary of Homeland Security Kristi Noem, and I'm waiting to hear back. Let me be clear. Donald Trump and his administration may not care much about Minnesota. That's been pretty evident. But we love this state. We won't let them tear us apart. We'll not turn against each other. To Minnesotans, I say this. I feel your anger. I'm angry. They want a show. We can't give it to them. We cannot. If you protest and express your First Amendment rights, please do so peacefully, as you always do. We can't give them what they want. The hearts and minds of the people in this state are on our side. To Americans, I ask you this. Please stand with Minneapolis. To Minnesotans, know that our administration is going to stop at nothing to seek accountability and justice. The State Bureau of Criminal Apprehension are working on the investigation. We have activated the State Emergency Operations Center. State Patrol and Minnesota National Guard leadership is connected with the Minneapolis Police Department, the St. Paul Police Department, Hennepin County Sheriff's Office, the DNR, and Minnesota's Homeland Security and Emergency Management. We have activated dozens of members of the State Patrol's mobile response team. And from here on, I have a very simple message. We do not need any further help from the federal government. To Donald Trump and Kristi Noem, you've done enough. There's nothing more important than Minnesotan safety. I've issued a warning order to prepare the Minnesota National Guard. We have soldiers in training and prepared to be deployed if necessary. I remind you, a warning order is a heads up for folks. And these National Guard troops are our National Guard troops. They're teachers in your community, they're business owners, they're construction professionals. They are Minnesotans. Minnesota will not allow our community to be used as a prop in a national political fight.
Are they Somali?
We will not take the bait. We will continue to update you, Minnesota, as we get more information. Now I'd like to turn it over to Commissioner Bob Jacobson of the Minnesota Department of Public Safety.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously a lesbian that I was trying to harass, and I think effectively doing so. Here was last night, apparently, some crap going on in Minnesota, and so people are pissed, apparently. They've managed to rile up a few people. Oh, okay, I guess we're just getting helicopters. Well, the traffic downtown looks horrible, Freddie. Thank you for asking. Yeah, right now we've got people down there. They're lighting fires. They're talking crazy talk, and there seems to be thousands of them, Freddie. Yes, I don't know what's going on right now, but we're about to drop some poo on them and see if they get angry. It'd be cool if they did that. It would make it more fun. Otherwise, it's just a bunch of helicopter noise, right? We're about to drop napalm! Anyway, it doesn't seem like that many people. Could be worse. Okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, people. Here's some rioters today. I guess once the daylight came out, the Minnesotans came out.
Okay, it looks like they are throwing snowballs as the officers are leaving. So again, I believe it was a state patrol, and we did see some MPD officers who were leaving that scene. Hennepin County telling us that their sheriff's deputies have not been on that scene, but it looks like as officers are leaving the scene, just having some protesters or bystanders, agitators throwing some snowballs at them as they leave. We saw this earlier.
We did. Well. Yep, we saw this exact thing earlier, and this was targeted toward ICE agents at that particular time. But now, as you mentioned, this is MPD, BCA was on scene, the Sheriff's Department as well. And as this street is opening up here, you can see a lot of these protesters, these people in the community responding to this. And now we're having an aerial view here of what we have been seeing, what we did see earlier, and now it's once again, you can see them throwing some of those snowballs at those vehicles, some of which we can see have just drove off as well.
Yeah.
Snowballs. Yeah. Throwing snowballs. So now Rudolph can't join in any reindeer games. Damn it! Fuck! Snowballs. Really? All right, Minnesota. I don't know. This is the worst you got. Cool. Oh, they attacked the White House with snowballs. Shit, really? Were they guided? I don't know why silly people bother me. They shouldn't, right? Like I should just be... It doesn't work like that for some reason. Protesters burn American flag. They hang an effigy of an ICE agent after the Minnesota shooting. This was Portland. A protester. I'm sorry, it was Seattle? Yeah, it was Seattle. Started off with, hold your breath, 200 people. Yeah, no, seriously, 200 people in Seattle went crazy. And then like 100 of them bailed out because they're like, y'all are being kind of fucked up. So there's like 100 people in Seattle that they were able to bring to light, make the city burn. Yet, wah, wah, wah. Seems to me, oh, delicious. FBI investigating organizers of anti-protest. Kash Patel, wonderful Alice Tang, who I hope to meet in real life one day. She's going to tell us about it.
FBI Director Kash Patel says the Bureau is investigating anti-immigration enforcement protests. He spoke to Just the News today. Patel said agents are looking into protest organizers and funders. He said the protests may be impeding law enforcement operations, and endangering public safety. He said the FBI is investigating paid protest campaigns nationwide. The review includes organizers, protesters, and funding sources. He said those campaigns may be driving illicit activities.
Hey, she could get hair in my food, and I don't think I'd get mad. And that's love, by the way. Think about it. You really love somebody if their hair gets in your food and you like can pull it out and still eat the food and not vomit. There's something going on there. Just saying. U.S. expands the list of countries subject to visa bonds of up to $15,000. $5,000 to $15,000. Bunch of nations. They're your standard ones. A few of them I can't pronounce. You know, in Algeria, Angola, Antigua, right? Dominica, Fiji, Gabon. Right, I don't want to say them all, right? Because especially some of them I can't actually pronounce properly, and I want to look them up. Like this Cote d'Ivoire, Cote d'Ivoire, whatever the fuck. Fuck those French words. Fuck them. The fuck? I don't know what the fuck word is in France either. It sucks balls. Whatever. Department says this visa bond policy is intended to deter people from staying too long on their visas. It would work. You're going to literally put up cash to be able to come visit. And you're like, how much? Yeah, $15,000. You got money. $15,000 in this bank account. We'll let you have the interest. Maybe. We might say something nice like that. But yeah, no, if you decide to stay a second longer than your approved visa, we immediately transfer that money out and we keep it. And then we come find you and kick you out of our country. So it's a big step. Migrant Chinese trucker was caught with a trailer load of puffing gas. I don't want to play this whole thing, but do I have it up next? No. This just blew my mind. We'll do it this way. It's better.
Yes, sir.
Hello. Good morning.
Yeah, I'm good.
Why are you parked here?
Yeah, I parked here 3 hours.
Why did you park here? You understand English?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Why did you park here?
Yeah.
No good. I'm Officer Eddings, Arkansas Highway Police. I need your driver's license, registration, and insurance for this truck. Is there anybody else in the truck?
Well,
is there anybody else in the truck?
my company.
Your company. Okay, you don't understand English.
Yeah.
Where's your logbook at? Put you some clothes on. Pants. Put your pants on.
Pants on? What?
Put your pants on.
All right, I mean, I could watch this whole thing, but first off, I hate state troopers. No offense to any state troopers out there, but good God, you guys are fucking brutal. But this is a moment of appreciation for sure. But yeah, this dude's friggin' naked. Naked. I don't know, he's sleeping, jerking off. I don't know what he's doing, but he's friggin' naked. It's a 3-hour nap, which is probably hopefully what he's doing. He's taking a nap. Got woke up. And yeah, it doesn't speak a lick of English, we would say here. Massive F around and find out. It seems Gavin Newsom's now costing this state $160 million. Oops.
$160 million in federal funding after missing the deadline to revoke more than 17,000 commercial driver's licenses. That's on top of the $40 million already being withheld because the state wasn't enforcing English proficiency requirements for truckers. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy writing in part, our demands were simple, follow the rules. Check out the...
And because we got all these woke motherfuckers. No offense, any of you all that work in the California state government, but most likely 98% of you guys are woke fuckers that suck. That are an absolute suckage. Your level of work performance compared to the private sector is, I'd bet, at best, 25%. I don't care if I'm pissing anyone off. I'll say at least in California. So... you. All said, I got family members, dude. They don't watch my show, I don't think. I'm pretty sure my mom was so disappointed in me that she's like, I'm not telling the family what you do. They'll watch, and if they do, they'll be as angry as I am. I can't even imagine how horrible my life would have become. So she saved me. She saved me. One good thing she did. Homeland Security investigators going door to door, collecting evidence in Minnesota. Kind of a weird video. Just people milling about with boxes. Banker's boxes. Oh, shit, that must be financial records. Whatever. And I'll agree, two's about, you don't really want to... Oh, this guy's... Okay, look at this guy. He's got next level skills. 3 boxes. Good for you, buddy. I'd probably be doing, but whatever. It sucks. I was volunteering at a food bank, and I literally, at the end of the day, I was sweating. I busted my ass for those people. There's other people who are just like, oh, so yeah, the apple. And I'm like, just like moving produce, man. Anywho, here's JD Vance. We had to have played this. Maybe not. I don't know. He's probably on... we'll see. Hopefully it's not repeat stuff, but I think this is Waters still video. Hopefully this doesn't repeat shit.
If you look at the amount of fraud in the welfare system, according to the statistics I've seen, 85% of Somalians who are in the United States, legal and illegal, are collecting some form of welfare benefits. So that's not to disparage the other 15%, but when you're at 85% of a population that is collecting welfare, that suggests that we have really done something wrong with regards to vetting, and that's the fundamental issue. Even if there's no fraud, 85% collecting welfare is way too many damn people collecting welfare, getting rich off the American taxpayer while a lot of Americans struggle. That's unacceptable. What's going on in Minneapolis, I think, is actually representative of a broader fraud scheme that we're going to see all over the country. We're going to see it in California. We're going to see it in other places too, where people get rich from the American taxpayer. The Somalian fraud, for example, daycare fraud. You've got Americans, we've got programs set up to make it easier for Americans to get their kids in daycare so they can have proper child care. You take that money and you siphon it off to Somalian fraudsters, that's a double theft. Number one, that means a lot of American families can't afford their child care. Number two, that means a lot of American taxpayers are being fleeced. It's totally unacceptable. I believe, Jesse, we're going to have some very big announcements on this stuff in the next couple of days. I don't want to get ahead of the president on anything, but we believe that there is a nationwide fraud ring that's rooted in rooted in illegal aliens and others taking advantage of the American welfare system. We're going to get to the root of it, and anybody who's involved is going to get prosecuted.
Is it eye makeup? Ladies, I don't know. It's just weird. His eyes are, like, I don't want to say perfect. I mean, they're dreamy. Like, I don't want to say that. It's not like that. But it's just like the under eye part is very like he's like, I assume, and then he kind of sunk back and he's got a good solid forehead on him. Man, this guy, like, can you imagine the rain he can take without getting any water in his eyes? I can imagine. It's just incredible. Incredible. Wow, good. I can see him after Trump is gone. I can see JD Vance being there for us. Grants for winter heating bills are missing. This is not good. It was awesome for us, but it's typical. Typical bad news, if you will. The nonprofit New Opportunities, Inc. Used $2.8 million in taxpayer funds meant for low-income families' heating bills on its own operating expenses. This is according to the Connecticut Office of Policy and Management. In a December 22 letter obtained OPM Secretary Joshua Wojcik, or whatever, Wojcik, claims sounds so like a Jack Smith kind of last name, like obviously like apple pie and hot dogs and all that kind of stuff. Wojcik. I didn't friggin' pretend how to. If I even knew where they were from, I'd probably still not be able to say that. It's like Eastern European or something. Anyway, whatever. New opportunities admitted to impermissibly using grant funds to provide fiscal support to other organizational operations. They spent all their money on just themselves. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, you got to do something. And they're like, shit. Okay. We're going to tell these guys, hey, we're going to give energy to these people. We got this company. We say, hey, give these people energy. And the company's like, cool, we got this. You need to write us a check for 1.6 million or something like 1.2 million. And they're like, okay, wrote a check, sent it to them, and it bounced on their face and went, and it went back. That means it's a rubber check for people that don't know what checks bounced. Bullshit. They had no money. They got broke because they spent it all. Yeah. So needless to say, they're in trouble. The daycare center, the Leering Center, I know they fixed it, but let's call them the Leering Center because that's what they were for a long time. Leering us, and it worked. I swear it would have been cool if they had two E's, if they would have spelled it properly, because I was like, that's what it did, man. I was like, exactly what this was. It's like a play on words, if anything. If anything, God has a sense of humor. Or doesn't care about spelling, because I don't spell for shit either. And be like, that's the wrong spelling for Lear, Dan. There's two E's. Oh. Well, it sounds the same. Fuck you. No, I meant Phuck. It means something else in a different language. Yeah, they closed down. As of the 6th, 7th? Yeah, there you go. Minnesota auditor. More of tampon tins.
Against fraud. The performance audit shows the Behavioral Health Administration sent millions of dollars out the door in grants without making proper checks into who was receiving them. And that is not even the most jaw-dropping finding. Lou Raguse has tonight's top story. Lou?
Julie, according to the nonpartisan legislative auditor, this is another case of mismanagement of taxpayer money. But perhaps the most explosive revelation is that managers within DHS, the Department of Human Services, tried to cover their tracks by backdating and creating new documents.
But I do want to talk about what a serious issue this is and how it is frankly unacceptable.
Another sobering report by the Office of the Legislative Auditor, this one concerning the Behavioral Health Administration within the Department of Human Services, which issues grants to providers treating mental health and drug and alcohol addiction, hundreds of millions of dollars each year. The audit found them issuing grants to applicants without a bidding process.
So what we saw is that there was multiple entities that could have been eligible, and they chose not to provide a justification for why they were picking those.
This report is quite stunning.
One outrageous example. The auditors found a grantee that was paid $672,000 for 1 month of work without any info on what they do. And the audit says the grant manager who paid it then left DHS a couple days later and became a paid consultant for that company.
To me, that's criminal.
Auditor Judy Randall says she was most shocked that during the audit, multiple DHS managers backdated or created new documents to try to cover their tracks.
Frankly, in the 27 plus years I've been with OLA, I have never seen this before. I will say we have had suspicions periodically, but we have never been able to prove it, to document it. And we did in this case. And it's very troubling.
Temporary DHS Commissioner Shireen Gandhi's response.
I was shocked to hear this information in the exit conference, and it is absolutely unacceptable that any staff would provide anything other than accurate representation of the work done to an auditor.
Now, there were a lot of questions from lawmakers about whether this audit should result in criminal investigations. So we'll see what comes from that. The Office of the Legislative Auditor provides recommendations both to the department and to lawmakers in case law changes are needed. Just one more time of what the auditor said regarding this fabrication of documents. She called it a systemic problem within DHS.
I mean, Lou, it just seems like every time you think it can't get worse, it does. I do think this is jaw-dropping. You mentioned that they were talking about criminal investigations. I think I speak for a lot of people watching right now who really want there to be some kind of accountability. Did you get any sense from that meeting today or in talking to any of your sources that there actually will be accountability?
Well, no, that's something that's going to require some follow-up, because one problem the auditors had is they didn't have subpoenas to issue to people that no longer work for the BHA within the DHS, and so they couldn't bring those people in and question them, and so it would take an outside agency such as law enforcement to look into it.
Just unbelievable. All right, thank you, Lou.
And I kind of dawned on me. I'm like, this is what my problem is. Like, I'm not one of the burn the witches kind of people, right? Like, and that's okay. Like, I think there's people out there that want to see like public hangings and stuff like that, right? Like, and that's just like, to me, it's so morbid. Like, I don't want to see anyone die. That's disgusting. Like, I would never want to do that. I've been through enough weird experiences in that genre. So I thank you. And yes, but I think there are segments of the population that wish to see that. Whatever the case is, there will be I'm sure I don't mean hangings per se. That's pretty extreme, maybe in some cases, but I think there's some extensive circumstances for crimes against this country that might involve that. But we are in, again, changing times, crazy times. I don't know. Maybe it's just common knowledge now. Maybe I'm kicking the dead horse every time I say it. I don't know. I love Feel Great. I want to play the video. It's just insulin resistance. It's a huge thing that's going on. Someone just emailed me recently. And they're like, I've just started it recently and I'm loving it. Like, I'm feeling great. Like, and that's the name is perfect. It's it's Unimate and it's Balance. Like, it's the two products you're going to be directly linked to, and really is the place to start with. This is what they do best. This is why we start here. You fall in love with them here, you'll be like, oh, what else does this company do? And then you check their store and they got I am playing around with a whole bunch of their stuff right now. And their new, they have like a Gatorade kind of thing. But it's got no sugar, nothing like that. But it gives, it's got like the potassium, the sodium. It's got all the things in there properly. Oh my God, it's really good. Anyway, this is about if you're at all overweight, 10, 15, 20 pounds or more. Seriously, hear me out. You're going to love this. 3 packets a day. Okay. And if you're somebody that's already got diabetes actions going on, you're going to love this even more. So you're going to notice that you're going to be actually eating a little less. You're going to have better energy. You're going to feel great. And now you've got body chemistry that's happening that's actually processing carbohydrates differently and better. You've got a body that's actually dealing with some of the crap food you've been eating better. And hopefully, you don't have to do a diet. There's nothing else that has to happen, but you start to. Generally, when you start thinking more healthy, you're like, I don't know, I'm kind of liking this. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great, and I'm losing some weight, and you start feeling good about the process. And once you go 7 days, 14 days, 21 days, now it's a habit. See, 21 days is a mark. It's 7 days to break a habit. It's actually less than that, really. But you can break a habit very quickly. It's way less than 7 days, frankly. Way less. Like, you can break a habit immediately. It takes you 21 days to build a habit. Once you start the process, you're like, I've got energy. I'm not eating as much. I'm processing better the carbs, and my sugar levels are dropping. If you're monitoring, for sure, you'll notice. And if you're getting tests, I'm going to be getting some confirmation on this, but there's already proof with the company. I mean, I know it's going to work. People's numbers are falling. And doctors are like, what? We're going to have to adjust your meds. We're not talking a lot of money either. This stuff, they do it right. It's the best. OTFspecial.com, OTFspecial.com. These guys rock. They say Unimate, it's Unimate. I got confirmation. I love these guys I've talked to. These two. I don't want to say their names. I don't know if it's bad or good, but I love them. They're cute kids. I don't mean that in a bad way, guys. If you're watching, it's just you guys are sweet. You guys are awesome. But we've got this package of products that just work, and the science is there. It backs it up. This video is going to tell you about it. Check this out.
If you're constantly battling low energy, cravings, weight control, watching your health slip away, listen up. There's a simple daily protocol they don't want you to know about that's helping people ditch their meds and reclaim their health. Up to 88% of Americans potentially suffer from some degree of insulin resistance. The Feel Great protocol is a simple 2-step daily system designed to help your body work with you, not against you. Step 1. Unimate, a powerful yerba mate extract clinically shown to boost mood, increase mental clarity, and support fat burning. Step 2. A patented fiber matrix called Balance. Taken before meals, it helps regulate blood sugar, curb cravings, and support healthy insulin response. That's it. No crazy diets, no meds, just science-backed support your body actually understands. Feel Great is perfect for you if you have low energy, weight control, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, poor sleep, diabetes, snacking, sugar cravings, gut health, systemic inflammation. This isn't a trend, it's a transformation. Start today to reclaim your health with the Feel Great protocol.
Yeah, you'll feel better. You'll feel better all the way across the board. OTFspecial.com, OTFspecial.com. Check it out. You're gonna love how you feel. That's the thing. Feel great. It does that. That's what it does. It's pretty cool. This is pretty awesome. House Judiciary report of the missing $100 million of fire aid funds is now being investigated.
We got some breaking news. Look what's dropping today. I have the advanced copy of the House Judiciary Committee's report on fire aid. And the report proves what we've known all along. Fire aid raised $100 million under false pretense that it was directly helping fire victims and then misused those charitable donations to fund political activists, podcasters, and bloated nonprofit salaries.
So again, we talked about all that yesterday, and yeah, it is insane where that money's been spent. So investigations are happening. DOJ, they're suing Arizona, Connecticut for failing to hand over their voter rolls. Look at that. So again, there's a number of states that are getting sued. You guys notice that? They're staying busy. They're doing what they need to. Timing is everything. It's January. They've run out of a lot of the court case stuff, and Trump hasn't done the executive order. That is going to come, but that'll come. I wonder if that's when the storm has arrived text comes, and then he signs the executive order. Like, I hope he does it on the desk at the same time. Like, we get a Q++, or Q, yeah, right? Q++, sorry. And it's like, the storm has arrived. And then literally in that same camera, Dan Scavino holding it or being in there or whatever, right? Photobombing it. And then Trump literally does that crazy and signs the executive order. We're making progress, guys. It's going to be a freaking awesome year. I mean, whatever happens, happens. I mean, I'm prepared for so many eventualities, man. I'm don't know exactly. It's a dodgy situation, they would say. Wyoming Supreme Court rules abortion may stay legal due to Obamacare amendment. Somehow, like, it's your body, your life. Where is it they put it exactly? But, yeah, there's specific language where a competent adult shall have the right to make his or her own health care decisions. And because of that verbiage, they are saying if you want to get the abortion pill and abort yourself, then, or abort your fetus, then you should be allowed to do so. And that's what they said in Wyoming. There you go. Judge disqualified U.S. attorney in New York tosses Letitz James subpoenas. It's one of those things where, and it's okay because this was sort of used against, who's the douche with the beard that was going after Trump that did the Mar-a-Lago raid, Jack Smith or whatever his name is, right? Like, so he was the same thing. He wasn't properly approved either. So that's already, like, anybody that's throwing that stuff out, again, this is getting them to essentially set the rules. And to a large extent, some of the rules are messed up, so it's like, all right, that'll be shot down. But some of the rules can stand. Trump's okay with some of this. He's like, all right, okay, if that's how we're going to do it, we're going to hold you to those rules. And they're like, whoa, wait, no, unless it's somebody on our side, then it's different rules. And they're like, nope, that's not how this works, District Judge. Sorry. House advances minibus package after Johnson wins over holdouts. They got 3 of these things through the Department of Justice, Department of Commerce, and Department of Energy. Where is it? Hang on. Fund, Department of Justice, Commerce, and key agencies. All right, key other agencies. I guess they all fall under one group or something. But yeah, Department of Energy, Water and Development, Department of Interior, Environmental Protection Agency. Interesting, these are the ones that will be funded from tariffs. Folks, our government, I don't know if you guys watch Ben Fulford. I don't agree with, I don't know, fuck, man. Like nowadays, like 80% of what he says, like, this is wrong. But one thing he's right about is the United States government. One thing he's right about, the United States government, as well as all the other governments probably, but the United States government's bankrupt. The corporation United States is bankrupt. So what Trump is paying for, and probably likely paying with, is funds that we already have and tariffs. Literally. We don't have much. Notice how we're going to have a government shutdown coming up in a month. I'm telling you guys, this is all being played out, and the optics are like, no, everything's cool. We're cool. Because otherwise people would freak out, panic. They'd go in the streets and start shooting guns in the air for some stupid reason. Don't want that to happen. That's a dumb idea anyway. It's a waste of ammunition. I mean, forearm strength, sure, but get a fucking shake weight like everyone else. Come on now. Get out of here. Senate races to resurrect Obamacare subsidies with the new caps, fees, and fines. They want to go 2-year extension. There's no way this is going to pass. It's a cross-party and all this bullshit. First off, there's a bunch of Senate. First off, 97% of the Senate is corrupt. Just sit down. Hi, I see stars. Yeah. It's really bad. It's really bad. So these guys are bought and paid for. All of them. Not well, 97%. I mean, the other 3 are probably bought and paid for, but have, say, fuck you. I'll just go my own. Like, I've got enough positive mojo. So much stuff's coming out, guys. Trump's going to ask a judge to award $6 million in legal fees for the Georgia fiasco because Fani Willis was dropped. There's a law that actually says, hey, if that happens, then you must pay government. And so that is what he is asking for, $6 million. Sorry, Georgia, but you guys were letting this happen too. Donald Trump truthed this out. And this has to do with, our military. And this is interesting. People are going to make a lot of noise about this. I think this shows a huge focus, need, direction, reality that we are going to live through. Trump is leading us. Trump sees what's happening. I'm not trying to make him superhuman. He's got help. But he's aware of what's out in front of us, and we have no idea. And he's preparing us for it. Again, we're spending the money where it matters. Those 3, 4 agencies, whatever they are. And here, military. After long and difficult negotiations with Senator, Congressmen, Secretaries, blah-blah-blahs, I've determined that for the good of our country, especially in these very troubled and dangerous times, our military budget for the year 2027 should not be $1 trillion, but rather $1.5 trillion. Now, reading the rest of this is a lot. A lot of people just stuck on the numbers. A lot of people, but with infrastructure that's happening, with tariffs, and with the way the world's playing out, deep state, CCP, what's left of Iran, North Korea, proxy, but I feel like if we had to, we could smoke them. They're shooting off missiles like they're friggin' bottle rockets. Iran, Russian media are now reporting that the fall of the Islamist regime in Iran and the return of the country's exiled Shah, His Imperial Majesty Reza Shah Pahlavi II, is now on the horizon and within reach amid the 11th day of nationwide pro-Shah uprising. Iran was an amazing country before the fall of the whole Khomeini stuff. I've got numerous Persian friends. I speak with this with a little bit, not of authority, but certainly of Not ignorance, as ignorant as I am about many other things. No, I've got some very good friends. My lab partner in college is a heady, good guy. I liked him. China expected to replace Venezuelan oil with Iranian crude. But we're about to control that too. You see, we seem to be putting the CCP into a corner. They're going to get very angry. But we've come to realize their stuff's not as good as they claim. Not even close. And I think China likely is a little nervous. Because they're like, dude, they just smoked all of our stuff. We didn't even see them. They blew us up before we even saw it coming. Huh. Wonder how we did that. You guys have all of our technology, right? Maybe not. China blocks Japan from heavy rare earth supply. Badly, by the way. Something like 60 crazy percent or something like that is part of is what they're getting from their heavy metals. It's in here someplace. Yeah, 63%. Wow, is that far down? Holy crap. I read too much of that. Yeah, 63% of their heavy metals are coming from China. That was not the... Again, China was being handed over to the deep state. They were going to be part of that communist controlled, the Asian people have good discipline, so therefore. This was posted, and it's interesting. Grok explains what the Senate vote really means. This is the Senate vote about the procedural vote, 52 to 47. And this is actually an interesting explanation. Good on Grok. Sat on whoever used it to ask this question. The Senate has advanced or voted to take up the resolution, example, a 52-47 procedural vote to begin debate, with some Republicans like Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, and Rand Paul joining Democrats, of course. A final passage vote in the Senate is expected soon, possibly today or tomorrow. This is a privileged resolution under the War Powers Resolution of 1973, meaning it can be forced to the floor without leadership blocking it. For the resolution to become fully effective, directing the removal of forces, it ideally needs to pass both the Senate and House as a joint resolution. Even then, President Trump would almost certainly veto it. And overriding a veto requires 2/3 majority in both chambers, unlikely given Republican control and support for Trump's actions. Similar efforts in the House have failed narrowly in the past. This whole thing is ceremonial. We're seeing who's who. And that's awesome. They should never get back in office again. These people, I hope, realize they've committed hara-kiri. They probably think their side's going to win or outlive Trump. And they're deep state people. Rand Paul, deep state person, obviously. Bought and paid for. He's obviously in with the insurance companies too. Bought and paid for. Done. Your actions, again. And they're going to continue. So it's not, you've already gotten the warning. It's done. House shoots down Trump veto overrides. This is Trump vetoed the stuff for Colorado, I think. And the House shot it down. They wanted to try to get past it. They also are talking about the ACA subsidy renewal. We'll see what they choose. This is a bunch of crap. I think the government's going to shut down. I think Mike's going to probably take the fall on this one intentionally. They're like, dude, stall it out. I think Mike's going to be like, yeah, I can do that. I can make this take that long. Because they're never going to get anywhere. And him trying to speed it up would have been him working extra hard. He'll just spend more time on camera. It'll be awesome. This it's just so fun. Socialist thugs have arrested Venezuelans for celebrating Nicolas Maduro's downfall. Now, this is something that if this gets to Trump's ears and ends up then going immediately to the vice president of Venezuela, Trump's going to be like, so you don't have control or what? And if that's the case, Trump's got options. It's like, we got options. We got a whole bunch of stuff we can do. You may not have an idea what they are, sweetheart, but we'll see what happens. It'll be fun. Donald Trump, truth this. I have just been informed that Venezuela is going to be purchasing only American-made products with the money they receive from our new oil deal. These purchases will include, among other things, American agricultural products and American-made medicines. Yeah, they need food big time, and medicine. Medical devices, equipment to improve Venezuelan electric grid and energy facilities. In other words, Venezuela is committing to doing business with the United States of America as their principal partner. By the way, he said that camel case. Very interesting. A wise choice and a very good thing for the people of Venezuela and the United States. Camel case again. We are... The change is happening. The bankruptcy of the United States corporation is occurring, and we are moving into the new era. Simultaneously, all of that's happening. Trump's managing this, and the optics of it are going to be what they are. This is what we literally are going through right now, guys. Literally what we're going through. And again, this is going to be a multipolar world. China, I'm curious to see how they finally pull their heads out of their arses. U.S. faces worst flu season in decades. Yeah, it's bad. I don't know. They want you to go get a vaccine. I'm just telling you, go to twc.health/OTF. Just check out your, the ivermectin for sure, but the contagion kit. Contagion emergency kit, that's the one for the flu. If you're worried about the flu at all, get yourself a contagion kit immediately. Go to twc.health/OTF. Get a contagion kit. It has got all your antivirals. It's got an upper respiratory inhaler with 5 vials. It's also got an antibiotic, the zithromycin, that goes for upper respiratory and all that kind of stuff. So you have got your survival kit if you're worried at all. twc.health/OTF. twc.health/OTF. Oh, how dare you, young lady. NASA is postponing a space watch. I don't necessarily need to share this, but I want to.
There will be a little less traffic in outer space today. NASA has proposed a scheduled spacewalk due to a, quote, medical concern. Officials would give more information about the matter. Astronauts Mike Finnick and Zena Hardman were set to exit an International Space Station airlock to finish work on a power channel. No word yet on when the spacewalk will be rescheduled.
Thank you, Alice. That was very nice of you to share that with us live. No, it wasn't. It wasn't even. CIA. This is. I gotta be nice. Be nice. A lot of your audience. Get out. Okay. CIA says Avi Loeb. Avi Loeb says, former member of Israeli intelligence, works at Harvard right now, is claiming a lot of stuff. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. I love it. Love it. But CIA, he's saying, the CIA told him, he asked CIA, he said, CIA, I got a question. Are there UFOs? Is that an alien? Do you know anything about them aliennesses? And the CIA basically didn't respond to him. Is what I think probably happened. But whatever the case is, the way he's playing it out is they will neither confirm nor deny the existence. So there you go. Avi Loeb, who I think that's it. Whew, thank God. Oh, made it. I love you guys. We got a Law of One show happening today. Music-wise, we are doing Running Up the Hill song. What is that, Kate Bush or something like that? I don't know, it's really popular right now. Cool song. Actually, when you listen to the lyrics and what it's actually kind of about, it's kind of groovy. I built a whole show around that kind of music, if you will. I don't know. It's a good show. It's going to be fun. I hope you guys enjoy just music if you want to just come hang out. It's a really cool group of people. The live comments is a lot of fun. If you just like good music, dude that tries to go his best to pick some good songs for an hour of music, maybe you like listening to it at the gym or something, it's going to be awesome for that too. It's just some great songs. And what'll happen is you'll find some of my shows are uniquely cool because it's just like that. Like all of us have those little niches. And so I try to grab a niche. I don't know. I'm kind of baked like that. A song will spark it or something. So anyway, I love the music shows. I have a lot of fun with those. That said, both of these live things happen Thursday and Fridays, 3 p.m. Pacific time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Mountain. I think it is, right? 4 p.m. Mountain. We're always going to have that hour separation. Should be pretty good. Hawaii, I don't even want to try to figure it out. Was it noon? Was it noon Hawaii time? Was it 3 hours, I think? Anchorage, I have 2 hours. I don't even know anymore. I love you guys. We got a lot going on. Lots happening in the world. And you guys are the cutting edge. You guys are setting the pace for everybody else. I hope you guys are enjoying The View, and thank you for your help. I love you guys. Where we go one, we go all. It's on The Fringe with Dan RadioStyle.